we look at the mystery of when life began. Darwin didn't claim to know how life started, but he did say that it was old. He thought it had existed for hundreds of millions of years. But many of his opponents argue that life is young, that God created all living things within the last 10,000 years. So who's right? When did life begin? In the Western Australian outback, geologist Martin van Kranendonk is on the trail of the world's oldest fossil. Fossils are the preserved remains of creatures that lived long ago. The fossils in this part of Australia are as close as we can get to an amazing moment. The moment when everything began.
What's remarkable about this outcrop is that it contains the oldest evidence for life on Earth. These wrinkly forms are very different from what we'd normally see in a geological environment. They can only be formed by living organisms.
These are fossilized stromatolites, structures built by colonies of bacteria that lived in the sea. Biologists think that all life on Earth evolved from organisms like these, even us.
We're looking at here in front of me our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfathers and grandmothers.
Scientists are confident that these structures are the remains of living organisms because their direct descendants still exist today. Over 600 miles away, in Shark Bay, on the west coast of Australia, are colonies of living stromatolites. But how old is the world's oldest fossil? Will it prove that living things are old, as Darwin said they were, or young, as his opponents argue? To find out, scientists use a surefire method of dating rocks: radiometry. By measuring the decay over time of certain elements within the rocks, they can determine their age to within 0.1%. When geologists put the fossilized stromatolites in the Australian outback to the test, they discovered that they were 3.56 billion years old. Scientists have now discovered dozens of fossils that are over 1 billion years old.